Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another video in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Today we're covering Tier 5, the 6-star challenge event for Admiral Ackbar's Home 1 capital ship. This is the team that I used. You can see here it's a pretty well developed team. 7-star Biggs and Wedge. We also have 5s, Rex and Ahsoka as the starting lineup. And then I have the Ghost, Phantom 2, and Jedi Consular Starfighter as my reserves. None of these ships are maxed out. None of them are, Gear 11 or even Gear 10 with all 5 dot mods. Biggs and Wedge are doing pretty well, but the rest are kind of mediocre in terms of the gear level and mods and all that stuff. So once you get into the battle, the first thing that you need to do is survive the first wave. The enemy team gets like 4, 5, or 6 shots off before I even get to take a turn. So if you lose a ship right away, probably best to restart the battle. If one of your ships, Biggs especially, goes way down in health, probably best to restart the battle. Thankfully, in this opener, I had the damage spread out nicely, and I was ready to go with my first turn without anyone in too much trouble. I target the Jedi Consular Starfighter first. It's a little bit weaker in terms of its health and protection. It can call assists, and it can do both the call assist attack and the shield regen can both regenerate protection on other ships. So I like to take out the Jedi Consular first. Once the Jedi Consular's ship is eliminated, I like to not take out Ahsoka next. I like to keep her up, which I'll explain in a minute. I think Rex is the next best target to take out, but you may not be able to do that based on how the battle goes and if Mace Windu puts Taunt on a different enemy ship. Here he does, he puts it on Clone Sarge, so instead I shift my focus and go for the Clone Sarge that got the Taunt. I land a target lock, I have it damaged, and I decide to just dump that thing down with DPS as quickly as I can, rather than switch back over to Rex's ship. I like to take out Rex's ship if I can, because it also generates a lot of health and protection regen for the enemy team, which can help them sustain while they wear you down. The reason I like to keep Ahsoka's ship up, and there's arguments for taking it down, but the reason I like to take it up is Ahsoka has a debuff, and so at some point, Biggs is going to, if you get his taunt up early, he's going to take so much damage that you might not be able to keep up with the regeneration. And you don't want to lose Biggs. You don't want Biggs to be the first ship you lose, because after that, this team just doesn't have another taunt, and I've got some squishy characters. I'm looking at Ahsoka and some of my reinforcements, so bringing them in, they just start to get taken out really, really quickly. So losing the taunt on Biggs is good, because hopefully they'll start to shoot at somebody else. If you have Plo Koon, he's great, because he can put a taunt on someone else. So maybe you put a taunt on a 5s or somebody like that, and you let them take up some damage while you get Biggs back into shape. Now, of course, Biggs is in pretty good shape right now, so if I could get his taunt up again, I would do so, but not a big deal. The fact that we lost 5s, he got his missile off, got his target lock out there, really helped us get through the first couple of enemies, and now we've got things under control, and we can bring in a reinforcement quickly to get ourselves back up to full strength. So at this point in the battle, we've eliminated 2 enemies. We've been lucky that the endurance has not reinforced. If it does that early, it can be a problem, but if it reinforces, it's not putting the taunt up. So if you're DPSing a target down and a reinforcement is called in, well, then that means you didn't get a taunt put on another ship that's going to block your DPS on the thing you're already working on. So you'll have to react a little bit to the battle as it unfolds. I can't just give you a walkthrough. I can show you how it worked for me, but that may not be exactly how it works for you. Of course, my lineup may be different than yours. The order of the attacks and how the flow of the battle all goes is going to change. But this general strategy, as long as you have a similar power level to mine and you progress in a similar fashion, you should be able to do this. Take note, this wasn't the first time that I did this battle that I was able to complete it. I'd worked on this a lot with a slightly weaker team. I recently got the Ghost and the Phantom 2 up to 6 stars, I believe. That was the thing that got me over the hump. And then, running, I don't know, 5 or 10 battles, I eventually got the start I needed and the continuous progression of the battle that I needed to put together this run which was the successful one. So now we've got it down to just 2 enemies. And again, at this point, when there's 2 or 3 enemies left, as the note said there, you could switch to Ahsoka. Ahsoka's health is lower, and if you burn that ship down, that's 1 less set of guns firing at you. So I could see the logic there, but we didn't get to do that in time. So instead, I've kind of focused my fire here on Rex. They did get the damage immunity up, so at that point, you want to recharge if you can. You want to land a target lock if you can. If you have a ship that can land a target lock, then do that, because you're just going to try and recover and not blow any of your cooldowns. And then once you get to this point in the battle, it's just about making smart decisions. Bring in a reinforcement that will help you. Bring in, depending, if you have an enemy that's really weak and there's a taunt in front of it, you can bring in the ghost, do the AoE, and maybe you'll take it out. If Biggs needs some help, call in Jedi Consular, use the assist attack, and you'll be able to regen some protection on Biggs. So if you get to this point, know you've got it in the bag, make some smart decisions, and you can pull off the victory, which of course gets you the 6-star home 1, which you need in order to go after the 7-star home 1, which has recently been unlocked in the fleet challenges as I believe it's a monthly event. And also, this is the ship you need to use if you want to go after the Chimera, so getting 6-star Admiral Ackbar is necessary to get the 6-star Chimera. It's also good for territory battles. You need either Mace Windu's Endurance or Home 1 to be to 6 stars in order to complete the last day battles for territory battles. So, this was the run. Hopefully it helped you guys out, gave you some ideas. If it did, please let me know, leave a comment. If you have some questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I would really appreciate a like on the video, and if you want to see more content like this, then please feel free to subscribe to Meat City Gaming. I'll have more videos coming out in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.